though, that, you know, to quote a certain Don, it's a very niche 90s N64 audience you're trying to acquire there with your Turok.
It's an important audience, I think you'll find.
Was it GoldenEye? Was that the James Bond game that was all the rage on the N64 back in the day, if I remember correctly?
See,
I never had an N64.
Yeah, we never had that growing up.
We didn't.
So,
we never had.
So, let's go check in with what's happening at level 1. Because we have double enchant support, not really looking for level 1 engages. You do have the ability to, you know, maybe hookshot or maybe light binding or the like, but you're more likely looking to set up for defensive vision and the like on that. You can see that mana flow bans have been established in the mid lane. Both of them traded a skill shot.
Mana flow band acquired. Do want to call it out as well. The desk highlighted that mid lane match. For good reason. M&S in his last week, yeah, they kind of got rolled by X7, but that was Haru doing Haru things. And even then, M&S still got a solo kill on the one champion he's played twice, LeBlanc. Got that onto Temptable.
That's
did a fantastic job.
You know, because both of these teams went into that 5-man fan to try and get some vision early, and then NYYRIKKI back off enough that they don't see the ward going down to see that Sidere starting on bot side. Jungle information started JDXL. They have that jungle tracking established, and that can potentially be a problem for NYYRIKKI. Also want to call out, there has been no sweeper swap for the side of NYYRIKKI. Well, that ward is staying there. It's not going. You're absolutely right. As M&S stepping forward, trying to try it as much as he can with the passive. I forgot what the name of the passive. Sunlight. No, that's Leona. That's Leona.
It's the other one that's very similar, where you do more damage.
Luminosity.
Luminosity. There you go. Another
I'd imagine so.
There you go. We'll stick with that and hope. I know the rest of Lux's name, just the passive.
See, the thing is, I actually really like Lux the champion. You know, I remember watching a lot of clips from Froggen back in Season 2.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people I know from the older days of League actually remember that champion quite a lot as one of the real fun control mages back in those kinds of seasons. But it's rare that we've seen it come back to the mid lane. M&S very much pulling something very deep out of the barrel to come get this. Of course, actually over preseason, Lux got a lot of good buffs, particularly that E, the AP ratio, which means that actually, whereas Lux used to struggle with clearing backline before that E, has a lot more lane control at this point. You see, trading quite well, just dodging out on Syndra's Qs and stuns in that mid lane, whereas bot lane actually also very willing to trade.
Very much so. We need to keep an eye on M&S. Keep our eyes, of course, on the bot lane as well, where Azitul for NYYRIKKI has been their consistent carry, especially now Patoshka is on the Ornn, not something like the Jax, who's been their other seriously big carry on things like the Gangplank. Eyes turn to Azitul, who's got the Karma to back him up in terms of shields, who is on an Aphelios of all things to try and make the magic happen. And Zamalek on the other side is a young AD carry, but is one that has sometimes been a little over-willing to go for the solo kills.
Potentially. So the thing about Zamalek is that I was so impressed with him earlier into the season. He's had a couple of bad games back to the jungle as duking it out into Sidere, okay.
He's got the red buff, the flash forward, but there's just M&S here. He gets the Skull Crab, but I think he's still going to trade his life. Don't pull a C9 at MSI Blabber. He's here in the NLC, and Sidere pulls a unfortunate Scuttle Crab cosplay.
Crustacean acquired, though it's the kill on the Scuttle Crab, which is completely not worth it. Sidere comes into there and says, okay, right, maybe I can get a smite, turn it around with a HP without realizing that he doesn't have first mid lane roam. I mean, M&S has a heal anyway, he has this combat summoner. If that had gotten any closer, all you end up doing is blow that and still dying for the attempt. So Sidere, no flash, does at least get that Scuttle, but seriously good trade from Dan on that side. And now we were talking about mid-jungle being so important for this mid-lane matchup. Well, you've just given a double buff over to Lux. That's extra mana sustain. That's the extra vision, of course, being, well, extra pressure because your jungler is ahead, can get to those camps a lot quicker now because the other jungler is dead. That's so important for this matchup.
And of all people on JDXL to give a kill to, M&S has to be by far the worst person to do it. The man has been a monster. He really, really has. As a reminder, he is still the global solo kill leader. Global solo kill leader.
And it's worth noting.
Not the LPL, nowhere else, just him.
And in a lesser amount of games than anyone in the LCK or the LPL as well. It's worth noting. And of course, very different levels of competition, but still, you compare I mean, these are still challenger players all the time, still grandmaster players, still very talented players, and M&S is just wiping the floor with them. So he's got himself, he's just walking a 1v2, he's got the double obviously set there. It's like, sweet, you can walk up Karma, that's fine. I don't really give I don't care.
And there's still 2 pots, still 2 biscuits. It's got the red buff for passive healing. You can take those strikes, especially with the shield, right? It's very difficult to deal with this Lux right now, who can poke from so far away with that E-max, as you can see, because that is the max when you're in the mid lane.
Yes, and while there is the ability to... Okay, well, there is actually the Dan has flash, has the ability to come out and stun his dodge.
Oh, the light binding is hit, though, and now they've got to try and work out it. There's the shield. Gonna turn the wind because Lightning does have the heal, does have the flash. Abagnale is going to be here. Hasn't burnt either summoner, and does pop the heal afterwards. Maybe thinking for a turnaround because the speed up is there. Abagnale so low. M&S still there, still got flash, finds the light binding, and he's already got a second kill because he was the one who got Abagnale. There's no mana for Desiderate, and the desired thing dies.
Oh, and this is a capitulation in the mid-jungle from NYYRIKKI. M&S trades so well in the early game that it buys Dan the ability to go towards the scuttle first. It buys the attention of the enemy jungle after that point to say, we have to shut down this Lux, and it has gone from bad to worse. Pressure goes towards the top side. Patoska in trouble now.
He's got a Call of the Forge God. Maybe he can find the way, but he's not going to be able to as the Hex Tech ultimatum prevents him from being able to get on top of that ram. Flashed over the wall, but a hook shot with the last of Cry's mana secures the kill.
The root in the bot side
is getting flashed on. Has burnt the heal, has got ignited. Azator going to get the heal to keep going under the tower. Abagnale going to take so much damage, but the tower aggro juggling is good. Abagnale has got to find a way out, though. Flashes.
Secret agent Abagnale.
Uses the blast cone, gets out, and it's Zamalek, the man we said can sometimes get caught out. Getting caught out.
Getting caught out, and this is now... well, dare I say it's similar to the last game, but we saw that Singularity had losses in all their lanes apart from that bot lane. It was 1 out of 3, and sometimes that ain't bad. And NYYRIKKI have at least some gold now onto the Aphelios. It is at least into a volley bear and a Camille. They're diving into you. You have some ability with the Karma Shield to turn things around, but as you're saying, you know, one of the things, I truly believe Azator is the best Aphelios in our league. I think he's definitely up there at the very least. You can see that he has the right weapons for the job, and that is disrespect from Zamalek, but still, Gravitum used well, 2v2 on form NYYRIKKI for NYYRIKKI in the bot side.
And that's all well and good. But on the other hand, I am looking at a 20 CS discrepancy, 2-0-1 Lux in the hands of M&S, who's just, you know, manhandling this game right now. A reminder as well, NYYRIKKI went 0-2 last week. They are 4-8, they are tied currently with Astralis. I believe, and I'm trying to think if I've got the scores correct. They are 3 wins off something like playoffs as Aero has to flash the final spark there.
And you know where that all starts from? This is a thing which I'm going to get into the nitty-gritty of this mage matchup, right? But you've got both. You know, actually, no, we're going to do that. We're going to fight about junglers. Sure, that's more interesting.
Away, there's a Stormbringer. It's a level 5 to level 6. It's just the invade. That's a super mega death rocket that deletes the Xin Zhao and JDXL. Their jungle control, as ever, proving immaculate in this game.
Forgive me for thinking that after your mid laner just had their flash blown stuck under turret, maybe your jungler wouldn't be going in to contest that red buff when you've also not got the bot lane in lane. I was thinking, okay, cool, maybe we'll have a bit of time to kind of charm down here, but Sidere, not for the first time, not for the second, it's the third time caught out and put down.
Ever since that flash for the Scuttle Crab gave first blood over, it's gotten risky. No Calibrum long-range order to follow up on that Moonlight Vigil means that Zamalek does stay still alive, but does have to back and will probably lose a plate or two. But this blind pick Lux gonna look at potentially a second plate here. Clearly just confident enough to pick that and has done very well with it so far.
And one of the great things about going early Sork boots is that Magic Pen does apply to towers too. Gives you that extra tower damage. Patoska going for a kill combo.
Gets the knock-up with the Searing Charge into the follow-up knock-up from the Call of the Forge God. Nice combo. Throws down the Spellbook Ignite, but now going to try and find a way onto that Camille, who just turns it around, has got a second part of the Precision Protocol to decapitate the Forge.
It's a close run thing. He's trying to play it around with the Spellbook Ignite, trying to get maybe a second Brittle Plug. I liked the first part of that trade when he walks back and is like, you know what, I'm going to stay out of your auto range, not let you stack up that Q. First half of the trade is good. Second half obviously goes abysmally after that point. Both solo lanes very heavily going in the favor of JDXL.
Very, very much so. It's at least 20 in each. It's 30 now for M&S. It's going to be the Herald started as well, and it's fallen apart relatively early here for NYYRIKKI. And I said they are 3 wins off playoffs as it stands. This was a team that had been improving, but this kind of position where you're at right now is not what you want to see as the Super Mega Death Rocket does go well, but Abagnale dies in the 2v2. They can think about running onto Azator, who's got no flash, no heal, but they won't chase even more. And that's a kill in every lane, it feels like. all the time. It's a Herald coming in. M&S is going to get first tower.
You know, this is the power of going for those Sork boots first, trading well, and being rewarded for dodging and hitting skill shots. M&S just brutalizing the mid lane as he has done for such a long time. Now, as we were saying, global kill leader in solo kills matched the year-long record for solo kills over the entirety of last year in the NLC. That was Kerberos, had 26 over the entire season. He's already matched that as far as I'm aware. Looking to push the ante up even further. And JDXL, you know, we know that they are confident against the lower teams. Actually, it was X7 that sometimes let it slip a little bit and had to fight their way back in with their real brawn potential. But JDXL seemed like they had always got the better measure of all of our lower table teams. And NYYRIKKI, as you were saying, they need to get an upset. They need to find wins from somewhere. Otherwise, they are seriously struggling to find themselves safety in a playoffs berth. But this is not looking like the game they're going to do it.
Cries thinking about going in, does not manage to muse a stun there. Second precision protocol, so damaging. Hextech ultimatum is there. Car's gonna flash for the kill, and it's 3 on the board for Cries. He's looking to show M&S that he too is a solo kill machine. Light binding goes wide, but that got a little bit close.
A little bit close to yet another kill for M&S. He's I think Agnell's playing with fire here. He gets
he's
hit.
just dead. Surely he's gone. Another solo kill.
Another solo kill for M&S.
He is a solo kill machine. Yeah, like, we were joking about maybe doing a skit at some point about this guy. Like, he's like the Shia LaBeouf of mid lane. Like, you're about 30 CS down. It's the solo kill machine M&S. My God, there's blood everywhere.
It's less of an actual cannibal, more of an actual solo killer. It doesn't quite scan, but you can kind of see the idea. But M&S, you know, once you give these leads to such high damaging champions, we talked about the vision control. You just walked over a control ward. You know he's got vision in there, and he's over the corner of the wall. You don't even get to see the start of that skill shot. NYYRIKKI, they're going for the ult. I mean, he's 2 levels up on you. There's a Dan here too.
Oh, there's Dan around. That's the tower turned off. It's the Hextech ultimate that's not required because that was a hook shot. I apologize. As the Super Mega Death Rocket was just there to salute the rest of the team members getting the kill.
And as much as I'd like to praise JDXL for getting all these solo kills, and we absolutely do, and well, all these kills just in general, right? I mean, they are running over this game, but they are currently without a tower being lost. I mean, of course, it's so early in the game, plates are still up and available. NYYRIKKI have 1 kill to their name, and it feels like an absolute capitulation. It is so difficult for NYYRIKKI to come back into the game against so many champions that can just brutally outplay.
Oh, no, not again! Oh, but that Crescent Guard keeps it alive. Desiderae does survive, does steal the blue, but had to burn the ult to do it. M&S pretty low on mana, of course, and maybe that could hurt, but it's a minute and a half till this mountain, so there's a lot of time to reset for that. And right now, it's not a necessity, all things said and done, to have your Lux with the mana. She can back when she wants.
So, I would love to check in with the state of the game, but it feels like JDXL could chuck any member in any lane and they'll still be doing pretty okay at this point. And
2,000 in each solo lane. That's the differential in favor of JDXL.
It's a lot of gold.
Yes.
A whole lot of gold. At that point, you know, you like we said, we mentioned the Fort Knox of, or Knox 7 last game, while JDXL looking to match that financial gains as that's a recall stop. That's a dead bot lane.
It is. Here a kick us down. That is a jungler and a support versus the bot lane, and they don't feel quite confident
all right,
for
fair
that.
play. I mean, you are running into pretty much the perfect weapons for the fellows to do that. They haven't got the volley barrel to turn off the turret, but they have a Lux Salt.
They do indeed.
Potentially to follow up.
That's the Severum Crescendo, but just not enough damage! So much in trade from M&S, though. It is a laser beam from hell. This battle station is fully Operation Color that laser green because it's destroying Alderaan.
It's almost like a million Azators cried out and was suddenly silenced. M&S taking more plates, gets himself a little bit of damage on that tower, and, well, I mean, quickly into the replay. About as quick as the death happened itself. It's a clean CC chain, doesn't have a cleanse. I mean, it's just simple as you like at that point. You've been stunned within range of Lux. Oh, right, we missed that. Okay, well, thank you, observers. We were too busy looking at the light show on the bot side and saying, oh, wait, that's a blade to the heart of Desiderae.
If you recall, Desiderae had to burn his Crescent Guard to steal the blue buff and still didn't have it up as a result of that, and that's now a 5-0 Camille, a 3-0-2 Lux, and a monumental gold lead at 14 minutes of 10,000 or so. They are 500 goals shy of that.
Oh, you want this?
We'll get a call of the fourth quarter. It's a 3v1. Cries might be in trouble here. Does get knocked up and about to turn it around. Azator.
Oh,
No!
What?
You do not get a kill in a 1v4 like that, Cries.
He just did, Sam. He just did the thing that he shouldn't be able to do.
I feel like someone needs to go and check for scripting, because that shouldn't happen.
But bring out the Cho'Gath, hits the Q2, and they take just too long to shut him down. And what a styling performance by JDXL, showing exactly zero mercy.
There's none to be found. It's a 2-1 Azatol. That's the one saving grace, and it's a paltry one. Let's watch the replay again.
So if you are easily disturbed by this kind of footage, close your eyes now, as we see Cries commit many crimes onto the sovereign nation of NYYRIKKI as a meat. He uses the Q knockup to get a quick hook shot. That's how he gets it. That's how he gets it.
No, it's not done. Dan's at the top side. Asdor gets out, but it'll be Abagnale that is the price. Zamalek picks that one up, and the one person who's doing mildly okay is Asdor, and he's down 40 CS.
At that point, Sam, I don't think you can call it mildly okay.
Relative to the context of this game,
you know the "this is fine" burning room gif. It's that, except you're also on fire.
Yeah. This is the point where you realize you look outside the window and the town's on fire, yes. And you look upstairs and there's like the moon is crashing. I know Diana's not in the game, but the point stands.
I know there's there's another meme format. It's like, what's going on, Jerry? It's like, it's the ninth circle of hell, Jerry.
So, I did study Dante.
Oh no, the Doom Guy music starts again.
Oh, rip and tear until it is done, and Cries is doing a lot of that. Doom Guy is here, but it's a Hex rip, and that might actually be the Cries overstepped. And the Doom Guy falls. No resets available, can't get the healing off murdering people.
Okay, fair play. It's a good turnaround. For once in this game, third kill on the board is M&S
steals the rat.
Takes the Krugs. It's about sending a message.
Yeah, they thought about that one, didn't pull out the final spark. And he's still going to be able to shove up there. He's just so untouchable, it feels like, in these games right now.
And that, I mean, look at the second item from M&S as well, going for the full magic pen. Large amounts of AP, has a Dark Seal in inventory too. And, you know, M&S hits anyone but Ornn and they are one shot. If you don't have a Crescent Guard, you are one shot. And the fact that Kikis can walk up like this is actually kind of scary, because as much as a polymorph isn't hard CC, it's enough of a, if you hit with the Glitter Lance into the poly, you're probably going to get the Lux on top of you. You might just die.
M&S is within a screen and a half. Yes. You're going to get followed up on.
Tactical nuke incoming.
Basically, we've gone through a lot of like old school 2010. Oh my, it's actually old school now. That's a scary thought. Video game references.
I mean, it's funnily enough because I grew. It's funnily enough that I played a lot of those games growing up, so they're part of my core of my humor. It's funny how that works.
Funny indeed. Dan and Kikis in a 2 versus 3 realistically scenario, just continuing to do what JDXL does best. One of their hallmarks, of course, is their ability to control the junglers. M&S still got the flash, still got the heal, flashes the scout of the week, and now Jazidere needs to outplay this turnaround. Does have the Crescent Guard, stops too much of follow-up. There is a Lucent Singularity, not a Lucent Singularity, Final Spark that comes through afterwards, and it chunks out NYYRIKKI, but none of them die. They don't get much around as that Super Mega Death Rocket chunks them out to about 5% HP, and Cries on the other side is still just unbothered by this Ornn chunking out these inner turrets.
And again, very similarly to that last game, you might be kind of surviving and trading punches on one side. You're losing in a split push matchup on the other side. Plus, you've not even stopped the push here. You've delayed it, not even that much at that. M&S almost has the final spark back up. Gravitum does hit.
It does, but they're not going to get too much more from it. They can't
even capitalize.
Is the Stormbringer, though, into the final spark. It's off cooldown. It's 2 dead. Already Call of the Forge going to try and turn it around, but there's nothing left to be found. It's 3 dead. Patoska's in the backline. Aero flashes forward. Doesn't even get the kill. And it'll be Zamalek who picks that one up. Cries, gets onto Patoska. And NYYRIKKI, they're just completely eviscerated, destroyed, left in the wake of JDXL, who grind them into dust.
Vitrified, turned to glass, shattered, ground back down to the sand from whence it came, and NYYRIKKI, it just blown away on the wind.
They might be glass, but it's just a focusing array for this.
So funnily enough, it was actually too graphic to show on the replay. We're not allowed to show another clip of that violent tendency.
What we saw there was the void that NYYRIKKI just got sent.
Yes, I was wondering. So what you're saying is NYYRIKKI will come back next week as Kai'Sa.
Exactly.
Okay, love to see it. It's funny how the Kai'Sa player in the league actually ended up dealing this to them, because oh my word, that must have been about 2,000 damage or 1,000 damage in just one skill. Just blink. blink and you miss it. And
Fast as light.
oh, poor Pataska. We knew the well, although not for a very long time in this particular life, as I mean, Camille things.
Camille things. It's been Camille things for most of the game. It's a 7-2
Yes.
Camille. It's a 5-0 for Medjai's built.
Oh, no,
on
no, you mean a
M&S.
totally normal notebook.
A totally
There is
normal
nothing wrong with that notebook.
Nothing
I
at
will hear nothing of it.
If you don't get that reference, you should have been watching the LEC and the NLC.
Yeah, borrowing. Oh, no! Not like this!
Solo kill number 2. There it is.
Oh, the totally normal notebook gains even more pages to its collection, and Azator, he's tried, bless him. He has really tried, but when you are this far down against this kind of team, lights are out in a flash of it.
It is 14,000 gold at 20 minutes. It's a kill a minute for JDXL. M&S's cooldown on his ultimate is nearly off again. He's taking a Hex Gate to go farm some wolves and set up for this top end of the turret. They're going to try and get a trade onto Zamalek and Dan, who were in the 2v4, but the turnaround is still pretty good. Zamalek actually dies, but Dan gets one back in trade. Cries, is it there? And they're going to try and turn it around. M&S has got that final spark again. He doesn't need it. He's godlike. He's got 19 stacks to work with and a laser beam from the heavens. He is an orbital weapons platform to throw some more out. Cries gets 1, he gets 2 in fact. And they'll pull away to make sure they do this one by the numbers. They're waiting for the minion wave and they'll look to close it here.
Oh, hit him where it hurts. JDXL, I mean, if X7 were looking across the board, JDXL on the other side of the hall, they lock eyes and say, meet you in the finals, hey?
If your name is not X7, don't even think you can match up to this team. They are just so domineering from ahead. They're not quite done yet, as NYYRIKKI will still hold on a last gas defense. They will chase JDXL out. They won't push for the end right now, but it is all over but for the weeping, as M&S is still playing Haunter.
No! Not again!
It's 3 solo kills.
You can't do this! You can't keep doing this!
He is at 29 solo kills in 13 games. This man is a monster. He must be brought to justice.
Have you seen this man? Wanted poster.
Do not approach. He's too
Actual
dangerous.
murderer.
Yes. Do not approach. He's armed and dangerous.
He's just stood there with a magical flashlight, threateningly.
If you thought magical girls weren't lethal, you haven't been watching the right anime. As M&S throws up the age rating on League of Legends to clearly R, as this is just a present Azator going to try and survive, but he can't flash out of the Hextech ultimatum, and the ultimatum that was delivered was doom. There will be a Guardian Angel that's popped, but Dezidere is now going to deal with the mighty Stormbringer. All the while, the charges continue.
Oh.
Laser beams keep raining down hell. There ain't enough sun protection in the world to deal with this. No sun cream, no sun oil, no way to survive the onslaught. The UV rays just too intense, and JDXL will absolutely annihilate NYYRIKKI in 22, nearly 23 minutes.
Now, I might have said in a certain pre-show, which might have happened